to assess the extent of the damage caused by the floods, which have been ravaging various parts of our country for the last almost 1 month or so. And you have seen what has happened here. It's also what has happened in many other schools in the country. Today, because we are supposed to open our schools on the 13th of this month, myself and all the senior officers from the ministry, the regional directors of education, plus the county directors of education, are out in the field, assessing the way the situation is, the way I'm doing here. And for purposes of this particular school, first, I want to thank the board of management and the principal and the school of administration for what they have done. Because one, they have tried to open the drainage channels so that the water can be able to flow, some of it out of the school. And the other step they have taken as a mitigating factor is also putting gutters and water tanks so that the intensity of the water then is not as much as it should be. So because of that, you can see the damage is not as bad. Of course, there will be work to do, particularly when we have some retro rain, such that sometimes getting the water out of the classrooms. But I think so far so good, because we are seeing a situation that is really manageable, Chairman, as far as this particular school is concerned. So you should be able to open schools on Monday so that the normal running activity can be able to continue. We have also seen the feed. I think the feed will require some time. In case the rains subside, then we will have about 1 or 2 weeks for it to be put to use. One thing we want to say is that we have done an assessment in all our secondary schools and the primary schools in the country, and over 95% of our schools are ready for opening. The ones which are badly affected, I think, are less than 5%. And when I say badly affected, are those that some of them you will get that 100% of the toilets have sunk, have collapsed, such that because we don't have toilet facilities, it might pose a serious challenge for us to have students in those particular schools. But as I've said, those are very, very few. Otherwise, 95% of our schools, the situation is like what you have seen here. Say that, yes, there was a little bit of flooding, but so far the situation is manageable, such that we can be able to reopen the schools without so much overprogram. And for those less than 5% of the schools which I've said, you had the pronouncement that was made by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya that the government is going to give 1 billion Kenya shillings towards repair of the facilities, the infrastructural facilities that have so far been destroyed through national government CDF. So this is one thing that we are going to partner, collaborate with our members of parliament from the respective constituencies that have had infrastructural development facilities destroyed, so that from there they can now be able to rehabilitate and maintain and repair the facilities that have so far been destroyed during these very heavy rains. So we want to reassure the parents that our children will be safe once they get back to school, and even those that are day scholars, those who are day scholars, where we find that roads were rendered impassable because of the very heavy rains that moving from one area to Another is a program. I think we have been able to inform the program management of the respective schools to take due diligence so that we are sure that we are assured that our children, as they go back to school and back home, they are safe. Where there are rivers which would also pose a challenge passing through as they go to school, the respective communities and the program management have also been informed to advise as appropriate, so that where there is danger, we can be able to have mitigating measures taken into consideration so that we protect the lives of our people. Otherwise, moving forward, I think what we are getting from the experts is that we will not be able to have as much rain as it has been there before. So, if anything, the situation will go on improving all over the country. And it is not going to be so much of a challenge as far as our schools and the reopening is concerned. One is that, yes, it's only 2 weeks. We will be able to look at it, particularly those who are in Form 4, and see how we can be able to recover by probably extending a few days, because they were expected to close down the schools in August for 3 weeks. So we might minimize the number of days that schools will be closed down in the month of August, so that whatever was supposed to be covered in the syllabus and the curriculum can be recovered during that particular time. And concerning your question about, yours was about?
Mine was about kuna wale ambao schools ambazo
Yes, asante sana. Kwanza ile mashule ambaye wale wamekabiliwa na hii taabu wanakaa kwa wakati wa sasa, there are not that many. We have 7 primary schools and 3 secondary schools where people who have been displaced because of the floods are temporarily staying as of now. And we are collaborating with national government, internal security, Ministry of Issues, so that we can be able to relocate these particular issues to other alternative areas in order for us to make sure that the students can be able to come back to those particular schools as of Monday. So this is one of the assignments that we are also doing to ensure that the relocation is done in a smooth and seamless manner.